Alright, so welcome back to Thursday Thunder, and we have got the cage being lowered tonight. We have got two feuds ending, two matches inside the cage, so it's a big show. We have got Totally Buff winning cleanly over the Perfect Event, and we have also got Dustin Rhodes beating Sean O'Haire in the main event. Two cage matches there, and in between we've got a nice little angle, a confrontation between Sting and Goldberg to hot up their feud for the world title. So how are we going to kick off the show? Well, we've got Sanders and Kiwi winning cleanly over Stevie Ray and M.I. Smooth. Then we've got an interview with New Jack laying into Shane Douglas, who New Jack interferes in that match later, but he botches the interference, so Shane Douglas wins anyway over Konnan, who is also New Jack's stablemate. Billy Kidman is going to beat Bam Bam Bigelow, and really pushing the Evolution Revolution now. We've got a stable angle. They're hanging out backstage because they have got a big night tonight. Kevin Nash and Sid are going to fight Tommy Dreamer and Terry Funk. Of course, Lex and Buff are going to come and help their allies win. Then the other two members of the Revolution, Totally Buff, and they're going to obviously win their feud of Perfect Event inside a cage though, so Nash and Sid aren't involved in that match. After that match with Dreamer and Funk for stable, there's a stable angle of the Extreme Revolution hanging out backstage, basically coming up with a plan to get their revenge on the Evolution Revolution. So it's really hotting up now. We have also got an interview with Curt Hennig to start his feud with Mike Awesome, who beat Chris Kanyon to retain his TV title, US title, last show. And they are for matches. So let's kick things off. Let's start the show. And Double A Team, Dark Side, Stevie Ray can barely stand. Here it comes. 3.0. Not familiar with that move, but it's 1, 2, 3, and that is what finished it. New Jack, he's very good on the mic, New Jack. His last two interviews have gone down really pretty well, so I'm pleased with that. Billy Kidman, Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam lost overness, Kidman gained overness. That's fine. Yeah, two guys who haven't been in the ring before. A bit of a mismatch in a way. Bam Bam a lot bigger, but let's see. Kid Crusher, 1, 2, 3. I was hoping it'd be a shooting star press, but never mind. And 77% for Evolution Revolution, hanging out backstage, discussing their plan for tonight. Konnan versus Shane Douglas, a very good match there. They've got a bit of history, these two. They've fought a few times over for the last few months. Curt Hennig backstage, that is what we want, and that will be good for Mike Awesome as well. I've not put Mike Awesome on this show. I might not put him on the next one either, because he did lose a bit of overness from getting overused in one of the shows recently. But I'm liking this with Curt Hennig. He's working his way up. He's a TV champion. Mike Awesome's US champion. At some point, Hennig is going to lose his TV title. Then he's going to get Mike Awesome's US title, and who knows, maybe he will even go for the world title. Nash and Vicious are just not good in-ring workers, are they? Nash was sluggish, but at least he got a win over Dreamer and Funk. Extreme Revolution, that didn't get quite as high a rating. We need more members. We need New Jack and Shane Douglas to end their feud, because New Jack is going to join for Extreme Revolution and leave for Filthy Animals. Totally Buff Perfect Event, I was expecting a lot more, to be honest. Everyone gained overness, but overall rating 60%. An end feuder in a cage between two tag teams. It's not good. But Totally Buff escaped the cage for the win. Buff Blockbuster. Lex Luger floors Palumbo. Disappointing with that. Let's hope the main event does a lot better. Sting and Goldberg lost overness from this confrontation, but it's still got a good rating. And that is more like it. Hopefully this will get Dustin Rhodes back in the mix. Maybe not quite for a main event feud, but certainly working his way back up, because I think, you know, it was too much too soon, that feud with Scott Steiner. But Sean O'Haire gets knocked off by a right hand. Rhodes climbs up and over. And overall rating 72%. That is what we want to see. And no surprises, for worst rating of a show comes from a Nash and Sid tag match. Let's have a look at the male. Not a bad rating for Thunder. Dustin Rhodes like that. Okay, Buff. It's always Buff Bagwell moaning, not Lex Luger. Konnan and Shane Douglas have good chemistry. Stevie Ray and MI Smooth work well together. Let's have a look at our unhappy workers. Nash has gone up a bit. Bagwell's gone up. Goldberg stayed the same. Not too bad. No need to change anything. Okay. Let's see this New Jack and Shane Douglas feud. 7-5 to Shane Douglas. And it's ready to be ended. So that is going to be... It'll probably headline Showdown. And then, you know, we can move New Jack into the Extreme Revolution. So we've got some nice feuds that are just about starting. Sting, Goldberg, Steiner, Storm, and Awesome Hennig. And expect in the next episode to see some new feuds forming. So I think that's pretty much ended this show. Let's just see what the overness of the guys who ended the feud. Buff 69. Lex is more over than Buff. That's surprising. Stasiak, oh, he's gone up to 71, and Palumbo, wow, he's gone down to 62. I don't know why he's gone down so much, but there we go. And lastly, let's have a look at Dustin Rhodes, up to 88. That's what we want to see. And Sean O'Haire, 78. You know, could be time for a singles push for him. He is part of the tag champs as well. So yeah, that concludes that show. Thanks for watching, and we will be back next time for Saturday Showdown.